we have been challenged by the gods of Thomann to find a giggable riggable for under €1,000.
Indeed.
We are going to shop until our tiny paws drop and then present to you and each other what we have chosen.
You know, would you rather have expensive guitar, cheap amp, or expensive amp, cheap guitar? Who knows? What do you think?
I think you're going to be successful, and I hope I will be. Let's go shop.
The DSL-1 is nice because while it's still retaining an all-valve combo, albeit a very small size, once you're gigging with it, you just let the sound guy mic it up and you're good to go. Not so sure. This might also be a good solution. Power amp, you could just plug in your pedal straight to this, especially if you have like a preamp style pedal. Knowing Rob, I'll leave that to him and see if he chooses it at the end of the day. I can go the direct-to-PA route as well, which is basically getting a good all-in-one pedal with effects and amp sims. So I would rely on the sound guy to provide any kind of monitoring, whether it be a wedge or an ears or whatever, which is the way I usually work. So it might be, you know, staying in my comfort zone. I've narrowed down my guitar options to 2. I'm a fan of the AZ series, again, going into the traditional Strat/Super Strat style. 309, so €300. 3 single coil pickups, which limits a bit my tonal options since there's no humbucker, the bridge, and it's a hardtail. So I don't think I'm going to be using that. So when I choose a guitar, I'm looking for something versatile. My preferred pickup configuration is HSS. Having a tremolo is always handy, so I think I like this style of guitar. €329, which is a decent budget for a guitar, and knowing it's a Yamaha, it's very well made as well. I'm going to go for the option that Rob will definitely not go for. So this is a Helix stomp. It has a stereo out, so I can route my effect in stereo if I need to. It can go direct to PA. I like tweaking. This is my amp and my pedal board rig in one. Since obviously I'm not going to have any kind of monitoring with regards to a traditional amp, Olympus have this model, the Shure 112. This, plus the guitar, is going to cost a total of about $1,007. Let's hand on the baton to Rob. Excuse me, sir.
Hello. Oh, thank you. You finished. Okay. Wow, your arms are so beautifully soft and hairy. It's like being caressed by an Ewok. If you're playing live, you need to make a statement. This is a physical embodiment of a statement. It is a beautiful, bright-looking destruction machine. Actually, very versatile in terms of tone, really reasonably priced, and it's an Ibanez. Did I mention it comes with a handle? See, it's perfectly practical. So, I have decided I'm going the way of head and cab, because we're going to have to get over a drummer, we're going to have to compete with cymbals, kick drums, all that kind of thing, but I want it to be something that is practically weighted. Either the AMT Stonehead, which actually I've never tried, but I have heard some very good things about the Stonehead. Headline out. This would be good. It's 10 watts, but it hasn't got a speaker out. I also thought maybe I'd just get all of these and then connect them in a circle and put the mic in the middle, but that's a really stupid idea. There is the incredible Arachnoid series from Line 6. You know, it's Marmite. It's either you love it or you hate it. Some people sit in one camp and some people sit in the other camp. Now I know what you're thinking. Rob, this is the bass side of Olympus, and you would be correct, my fine sir. So what? There are no rules in making tremendous tone when it comes to guitar sounds. And this cab is only €200. 9, I'm like 100 over, I'm 100 over. But you know what, if I was buying that much gear from a store, I'm sure I'd get some kind of discount. Steve would approve, I know he would. Let's go rig it up.
So what we're going to do is, I'm going to blindfold Rob, get what I shopped, and present to you my rig under €1,000.
Actually, it's quite a comfortable blindfold. When Lee does this,
yes,
it's a lot more harsh.
Can I tell you what I chose?
You can take off the blindfold and then you can...
I just wanted... Where's your specs?
Wait, there. Hold on.
As Rob was blindfolded, he was like, did you mic up the cab? Did you do everything? We don't have a mic as of yet, so we need to ask Rob for a mic. to set up Rob's setup, but the reason why I don't need a cab.
Ah, you're going straight into a PA, aren't you? What the f- Why didn't I think of that? What are you doing?
I don't know if it's actually going to be, if it's cheating, but there were. The rules say you can't actually.
The Helix Stomp?
So, for the purpose of the demonstration.
Wait, does it have drives in it?
Yes. It has everything in it.
Oh.
Barefaced have provided a PA speaker, which is going to simulate, obviously, in our case, the PA system in our gig simulator.
It's genius because what you've done is you've just applied 10 years of professional session work to this scenario.
You know what the best part is?
I'm not used to this kind of competitor.
You know what the best part is?
What's the best part?
It's still yet to come. So, this is 329.
What?
Yep. This is 559.
You have money left over?
I still had budget left over for a pair of in-ears. This is actually a very interesting pair of in-ears, which costs around 119 euro.
What?
Yep.
Wow, that's good.
And everything in my rig clocks in at 1,007 euro. So I just went over budget by 7.
Absolutely fair play. I'm just going to tell you now, you've won, okay? 100%. You are a worthy contender for possibly the best under a grand rig ever, even though it's €7 over. Yeah, I'm a bit embarrassed to unveil my rig. I might just go back to playing Diablo and, eating lots of kebabs and not worrying about playing guitar anymore because I think Luke's just won this one. My rig is completely different to your rig. For a start, I wanted to make a visual statement.
Okay.
You haven't made a visual statement.
No, not at all.
No, but that's fine because you are the visual statement. So I went with this.
Ah.
Because I love...
How much is this, Rob?
So this is €500. So it comes with a handle. It comes with the love of Steve Vai.
It does.
I love the colour. I know that it's super versatile sounding. So the main reason for this was it's mega versatile.
Yep.
The Gem, in my opinion, is one of the only guitars that surpasses being an artist's signature model and becomes a thing of its own. Look, even if I went on looks alone, that's a win.
It shows the AMT.
AMT Stonehead. Because it's 50 watts, and I'm like, I've got to get over a drummer.
Yep.
And that's Rob Spiteri, and he is a loud man.
Yep.
And I'm like, the cymbals are the problem. It's not the drums.
I'm not the drummer either, actually. It
Because
is.
I have to sing as well. It's the high frequencies.
Yeah.
You know what it looks like? A mini black and white JVM.
Yes,
That's what it looks like.
It does.
Tons of connectability.
Okay.
All sorts of useful stuff. So this is my head. Obviously, it's not valve.
Where did you choose the cab from? You chose a bass cab?
This? Yes.
Oh.
2x10, 300 watt cab.
Yep.
And it should be perfectly practical.
Yep.
For this. We tried this rig before back at your farmhouse.
Yes.
It's got cab sim, preamp out, power amp input. I love that it's got a mix for the effects loop. That is super cool. Unfortunately, the AMT is not working, but the Mooer that Luke just quickly grabbed sounds amazing, and it's way loud enough to play over a drum kit.
It is.
So, well, look, since Steve Vai, for the majority of his career, used a DS1 for his overdrive, it kind of seems fitting that I would do the same. I'm going to get a DS1 because my amp is now, rather than being 500, it's 200. The rig that was never supposed to be, with huge apologies to my first amplifier, which unfortunately didn't work. We're going to have it fixed. It'll be fine, and then at some point I'll come back and I'll try it again. Mooer saves the day. Well, actually, kind of in a way, Luke saves the day by suggesting we try the Mooer. It's a little monster, literally and figuratively, into a bass cabinet with a Gem Junior, and I'm using, because I had spare cash, a Boss DS1. As you'd expect, tons of low end from the cab because it's expecting a bass guitar, but So the only issue for me is that the strings are super soft. It's really 9s, and I use 10 to 56, so I'm finding it quite tricky to play. But that's my fault. That isn't the rig's fault. Let's step on the DS1 and see what fun it will produce. Believe it or not, I could have more gain if I wanted, because I'm not really driving it very loud, although it's loud in the room. If I crank it, that's my rig.
This is my rig. Okay, so we have a Yamaha Pacifica. It is the 112 VM, single coil in the neck. In-betweenies. Your middle. Position 4, and your humbucker. So the way I programmed this, obviously Rob's rig is very simple, plug and play, and that is the beauty of it. For all those who like to tweak a bit more, this rig comes obviously with blank presets, so you need to create one from scratch, as I did. I got a Placeter Dirty, which is your basic overdrive amp. Then you have your 4x12 Greenback 25. They're all stock, by the way. Then there is a Screamer 808, so which is basic tube screamer, placed in front of your amp, and I just placed a tremolo and assigned it to this foot switch, and also a delay assigned it to this foot switch. This is how it sounds with just the amp and no drive pedals in front. Then you have your delay, and let's put that drive back in the circuit. Delay off, volume down, position 4.
summation, I think we both win.
Yes, we do.
But really, Luke had so many more options than me.
They're come from two different realms.
Yeah,
so
they
to
really
say.
did. Mine was way more old school,
Yeah.
and yours was way more new school,
school.
which makes sense because I'm 47 and you're like 15. And, and
Multiply that by 2.
you're
my
a
friend.
full-time professional session musician, and I'm in a band with kids. Not a band with kids.
I'm
I have
one of
kids.
those kids.
But can I say that I preferred the sound of my rig?
Yes, it sounds much more organic, I have to admit. Even when I just got the Mooer, I kind of knew what I was getting into, but when you plug it in, I'm like, this really sounds very good.
It does sound good. I think the strings let me down a bit. They're so scoopy and flappy and niney that I couldn't, I'm not used to playing nine. I haven't played nines since I was 18, to be
And
honest.
speaking about downsides, what I noticed is as well, the pickups are a bit bright on this one. They're stock Yamaha, they're very good. However, you need to tweak a bit to get a good sound out of it. Same applies to the whole digital rig. You need to do your homework, you need to go home, set up your presets and arrive at the gig knowing that when you're going to plug in, the sound guy is going to get, just one consistent level and you're good to go.
I mean, Luke was on the floor with his Helix, tweaking it and creating patches,
Yes.
for some time. And I was like, I will never be that guy. I just want to step on a pedal and then turn up my volume. But, horses for courses or whatever. What would you have chosen?
Yep.
Would you have gone with the Spider? Would you have gone with a different kind of...
Spider? Which Spider?
There was a Line 6 Spider back there. In a box, I saw it on the shelf.
Yeah.
I've been Rob Chapman.
And I have been Luke.
Bye.
See ya.